Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me for the full moon chart. Full moon's going to be in Leo, and this is going to be on February 9th of 2020. I'm Vickie Verlie. I'm a psychic astrologer, and I do tarot. I've been reading for over 30 years, professionally, been psychic my whole life. This is going to be a psychic astrology reading, so it's not by the book. So if you're very rigid, that this means this and this means that about astrology, then this probably isn't the reading for you. If you are somebody who's just like, oh my gosh, this looks like so complicated and I don't think I can, it's too much astrology, well, just hang in there, because although I do use astrology as a jumping off point, it definitely gets more psychic as we go along, and you may get a good message from it. I hope you will. I hope we all do. Okay, so let's get into the reading. There is a full moon in Leo. It's over here. So that means the sun's opposing moon, which is a nice kind of change up, because we've just been in Capricorn. You know, and I'm a Capricorn sun sign, but I'll tell you what, I'm even sick of it. It's like enough with the Capricorn energy already. We need some breath of fresh air here. And the Leo energy is very different. Very, very different from the Capricorn energy. It's actually making in conjunct to the Saturn-Pluto, so it's going to be an adjustment. But the Leo energy is all about having fun. It's fifth house, it's entertainment, it's fun, it's children, it's laughter. So, as opposed to the Capricorn, which is very serious and, work and, achievement and serious, and, this is a complete departure from that, which is, I think really needed. Oh, did I mention when that was going to take place? On February 9th of 2020. And the fifth house is the house of romance. And this is the precursor. It's only a few days before the big Valentine's Day, day that everybody's looking at. So it's going to bring that vibe. It's going to really bring that vibe. It's going to bring that vibe of love, romance, having fun. This would be a good day to, do something like to plan for your Valentine's Day maybe, or something like this. The full moon, it always brings awareness. So we could have an awareness about our own self. If we have been stuck in this Capricorn thing, if we have been too serious or bogged down, this could be like having an awareness about it and having a laugh. Many times when I get enlightenment about something, and I'll just laugh at myself when I just see how silly I am to be so worked up about something, or so whatever, something that's I'm taking really seriously, like in a Capricorn way, or something that I'm like, like need to be right. Like, for instance, who has the power? We all we're these throes of power. Who's going to be in power in the government? Who's going to be in power in our personal lives? Those are kind of Capricornian things too. And if you could just laugh about it and just think, what does it even all matter, Or even like friendships and stuff, when people have gotten, their friendships have been challenged, especially like in America due to the politics and all this stuff that's been happening. This could be a time to be like, what, I always had fun with them. I always really liked them. Why am I even arguing with this person? Let's go do something fun. Let's go, let's invoke or invite the Leo energy into our life. Let's live it to the fullest. Leos live life to the fullest. They're not planning and saving and working. They're enjoying life. They're savoring life. That was one that came through in the monthly readings for the individual signs I did. So savor life, enjoy life, have fun in life. The full moon also, it's a culmination, and it brings things to light. It brings things to fullness. But then it also starts the waning period. And during the waning period, this is a good time to release. So fifth house matters. We could overindulge. This could have been, if you're trying to do your after the holiday diet, or I got to cut back on my drinking or partying, the fifth house stuff. This could be a good time to do that, to kind of start dialing that back. If you've been in a place where you're kind of overindulging, releasing some of this stuff, releasing some of our fifth house energy. For some, because the downside of it, it's very childlike and beautiful and wonderful, happy and joyful, but the downside can be childish. So for some people, are you trying to release somebody or a situation that is childish? Are you trying to release that from your life? That could be a good time to start doing that. The thing that I looked at the aspectarium when I opened the chart, and it's like it's bare. There's like nothing. These are the ones that the part that shows you all the aspects. There's a lot to the MC, but that doesn't even apply on this chart because I'm not even using an MC. I'm using the flat wheel. So we take out this row, this bottom row here, and there's practically nothing. It's just, there's the sun opposed moon, that's the full moon, and then the node, and then there's a Saturn Pluto, which is we've been talked about, and then Jupiter's Neptune, but they don't take into account in the aspectaria and these other things. This, what drew me right away was this Venus is right in there in conjuncting with Chiron. This is some pretty big news here. Chiron, the wounded healer, this is where we beat ourselves up in life. This is where we wound ourselves over and over again. This is where we continually do things, and many times it does stem from a past life, but it also carries over into this life. It's almost even a bit of a soul retrieval kind of thing. It's the bits of ourselves that we've lost that hasn't been healed. Chiron is really a deep, deep energy, you know. And when I do those soul readings with the past life, I do look at your Chiron. That's one of the things I do focus on. But back to this, it's in Aries, and Venus is joining it in Aries. Venus, because Chiron can be, you know, you're hard on yourself. It's where you're really hard on yourself, where you're self-punishing and self-deprecating. And, you know, Venus is coming in, and I feel a real nice energy with this. I feel it's a very strong vibe of forgiveness and forgiving ourselves, not being so hard on ourselves. And if you take this into consideration with the Leo full moon, it's like, let's not be so hard on ourselves. Let's go out and have some fun. Let's laugh at life. This feels like when you keep thinking about something you said or did, and you're just like, oh, why did I say that? Why did I do that? I'm such an idiot. You know, bam, bam, beating yourself up. And this is just like, you know, oh, so what? So what if I looked silly? So what if I came off looking goofy? Who cares, you know? Laugh it off, you know. If you can laugh at yourself during this full moon here, you know, this is the thing. Let me get a drink of water real quick. You know, if you can laugh at yourself in life in general, that's a big gift. You know, my mom was a Leo, major Leo. She had practically every single planet in Leo. I forget how many, but like her whole chart was just this giant Leo stellium. And here's me, the Capricorn, Scorpio rising. You know, I've got a lot of Pisces and Neptune energy. I'm like so far removed. I'm the Hermit, so far removed from that. But she would, being born into her family, you know, as her daughter, I'm sure I chose it, but it was a great gift because she taught me how to laugh. She taught me how to not take life so seriously. She definitely taught me how to be sociable, which I wasn't. I'm still not. I'm kind of a hermit. You know, I'll just be, I'm an introvert. You know, I like my art and music, and I need a lot of alone time, you know, and I need quiet. And she was always like, because our family had the bar, you know, and she's like, go talk to the people, you know, and she would push me out there and kind of make me do the rounds. And at the time, I felt like it was running the gauntlet, you know. I had to go up and down the bar and talk to everybody. But, you know, it was such a gift. It was such a skill that I developed that served me so well in life, in all aspects of life, you know. Doing these readings, you know, as a musician, getting on stage and going to work, talking to the crowd in between, you know, after you play, you got to go talk to the crowd. And just so many ways, you know, being social and being, having that Leo and being able to take a joke and laugh at yourself. I notice that this is becoming a huge chasm in our society anymore, that nobody can take a joke. Everybody's on, you know, so offended all the time. You know, you just try to say something. I could, you know, I laugh. I get the joke, you know. And if you can laugh at yourself, we all, you know, we're all flawed. We all make faux pas. We all make mistakes. It's all this, you know, everything's social media. Everything's got to be perfect. Let's put every filter on our photo before we upload it and make sure, you know, we look just absolutely perfect. No hair out of place. And let's, you know, only thing we post on social media is, you know, how our life is so perfect and wonderful. And, you know, this is becoming this thing. And, you know, everybody screws up. I'm hearing that song, Everybody Hurts. Is that R.E.M., I think? Yeah, everybody hurts sometimes. Well, that's true, too, with the Chiron, definitely. But I'm talking about more just not taking yourself so seriously. You know, let's not take ourselves so seriously. That's what the Leo full moon is about. You know, let's cut ourselves a break. Because people who are overly critical about others and won't cut anybody any slack and are always like really rigid, you know, excuse me, those people are more hard on themselves. What they're projecting outward, what is only, you know, a fraction. They're giving me another word and I'm not able to say it. Infantile, not I guess infantile would apply too, but very small amount of what's really going compared to what they're beating themselves up about, compared to their own self-talk, their own self-abuse. Self-abuse, you know, people, we do that. And I'm not good enough, you know, keeping up with the Joneses. And, well, how come, you know, you look at people's vacation. This time of year, everybody's going on, especially where I live, everybody's going on vacation to escape the winter. You know, and they're all in, you know, hello, here I am in this beautiful place. And you're out there shoveling 2 feet of snow. Like, rrr. But, which we've been so blessed up here, we haven't had, it's been a very mild winter so far, but instead of getting all, you know, well, why can't I do that? Or, you know, or with Valentine's Day coming, you know, why don't I have a date for Valentine's Day? I don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend? Why am I seeing anybody? What's wrong with me? I'm so terrible. And then the judging, well, look at her. Look at her hair. And she's got this, you know, gorgeous guy or, you know, this gorgeous girlfriend or whatever, you know. How come, you know, beating up them, beating up yourself, and getting stuck in this cycle of self-abuse, seriously. And let's break out of that. This is the opportunity to really break out of that, really break free, love yourself, have fun, take things lightly. You know, when you laugh about it, it's gone, you know, and it's funny, a lot of it is funny, you know. It's like, you know, it is funny. If you don't take it so personally and don't get so offended about everything. You know, everybody's always so offended about everything. And you got to walk on eggshells and just be careful you don't say the wrong thing. It's like some of these comedians that won't, who was it, Jerry Seinfeld won't go to colleges anymore because he can't do his act. Because he can't, you know, they get too upset and too serious. So, and I understand bullying is not funny. You know, I'm not saying anything like, there is definitely a line that you can cross. But just, you know, if somebody says something and you know, like that's how in our family and even, you know, the people in the bar, that's how we jab each other a little, you know. We just, and that's just a way of saying, I know you, I see you. When you say something about somebody in a fun and playful way, not in a mean and cruel way, but that's a way of saying, you know, I know you, I see you. I know you well enough to know that this is how you are. You know, it's actually, in a lot of cases, and how, like our household was with my mom, and she was a big Leo, she was a major Leo there with the joking and all the time. It was just a way of showing love, really, you know, it was showing love. And so lighten up, everybody needs to lighten up a little bit about this stuff. Again, not condoning bullying by any means. That's a different story altogether. That's when you mean it in a harsh way. And there is too. There's some people whose humor too, it can cross a line, you know. They say it in a joking way, but it's really, they mean it, you know. Like they're trying to get their little jab in through humor. I mean, that's a thing too. But for the most part, you know, laugh at yourself. Cut yourself some slack. Every time that I've had these big aha moments where I've been like just really mulling over something and really thinking about it all the time and really like, oh, you know, I got to solve this problem, or why did I do that, or I screwed up, and you know, when I'm in this mode of just, you know, really in a serious mode, laughter always breaks that cycle for me. And when I have these realizations of, oh, man, you're really being serious here, Vic. You got to chill out a little bit. It's only life after all. To quote the Indigo Girls, right? Yeah, it's only life after all. And I always have like a little laugh. I always have like a little chuckle, like, oh, I can't believe I was just being, you know, when you kind of step outside yourself. Aries energy, it's a little difficult to step outside yourself, you know, because that is you can get a little self-obsessed in the Aries energy, you know, we definitely can. But with the Venus coming in, you know, that's the love energy coming in. This is an aspect of self-love, for sure. I just heard when I said self-love, I heard in the highest. So in the highest, yeah. Isn't there a Hosanna in the highest? That's a religious thing. But it was like, it reminded me of that. This Venus Chiron thing is also squaring up with the nodes. I'm getting a little hoarse throat. 1 second. I don't know if just the water's going to do it. I think I need a cough drop as well. 1 second. Yeah, so it's squaring up with the nodes, and this is very powerful. Anytime nodal stuff is involved, this is about aligning with our true path in life. This is about syncing up, getting aligned with higher forces, our higher purpose in life. Also, another thing in the soul readings that I look at big time, you know, as far as your karma. But this would be like our collective karma. And this Chiron is squaring it, you know. Why can't I remember this? It was the other day in a reading I couldn't remember either. I want to call it the icons, but it's the, you know, the representation, it's not an icon, it's the avatar, or whatever, the major representation, the major energy of the Capricorn Cancer aspect, line here is, at its worst, we're going to look at the negative. Capricorn at the worst, you know, only work-oriented, you know, just do, work, earn, money, cold, uncaring, unemotional. And I'm not saying, yeah, I'm a Capricorn, as you know, and that's only the negative. The downside of the Cancer part, it's the complete opposite. It's all love. It's all it could be very self-sacrificing. It's the mother, it's the caretaker, you know, the nurturer, but it can be like, I don't take care of myself. I give my energy away. I'm so self-deprecating that there's nothing left. This is the middle. This is the middle of that. This is, you know, Aries energy, so we're going to stand up for ourselves. We're going to be seen, we're going to be heard. But the Venus, we can also do it with love. And Aries is the first house that rules the self. So this is all stuff that we bring back onto ourselves. Self-love, self-forgiveness. This thing that you're obsessing about, that you said or you did, nobody else gives a flying rat's butt about it. I'll tell you that right now. Nobody else, they may have noticed it, but they're not obsessing about it. You're the one who's obsessing about it. We're harder on ourselves than we are on anybody else. And by you obsessing on it, you're the one who would be making it a big deal. It's not a big deal to anybody else. Nobody else really cares. Everybody else is obsessed with their own stuff. They're thinking about what they said and what they did. You know, if you made some faux pas or you came off looking, you know, not so great or not so perfect, nobody gives a shit. Nobody noticed, nobody gives a shit, all right? This is only your own... It's in your own ego, you know, it's your own self-obsession. And that's maybe a little extreme, that's probably is an extreme term to use, but that's what it is. It can get, if it escalates, if you don't break it up, if you don't allow in the levity, allow in the light, the lightness and the light of the sun, which rules Leo, you know, you can go there. You can go there and you can get stuck there. That's the worst part. Because everybody goes there, but it's like how long you stay there, I guess, is the thing. And levity, laughter, fun, entertainment is a great way to break free of it. Romance, children, you know, all of that. You look at little children, they're not doing that shit, man. These little toddlers, you know, they don't care about any of that, you know. They're just like, yeah, let's go play with our blocks and have fun and make new friends. And you know, they're not worried, oh, I pooped my pants. Oh, everybody's going to think I'm an asshole because I pooped my pants. I can't get over that I pooped my pants. Oh, my God. Ah. You know, they're just, hey, I pooped my pants. Okay, change my diaper, and off we go to the next fun thing, playtime, you know. And that's the childlike Leo nature kind of in a nutshell, you know. As we get older, and we get into this Capricorn mode, that's when we get real serious. And that's where we want to control everything. And we've always got to be in control. We always got to look good. We always got to come off looking good. We can't show our vulnerability or our, you know, that we make mistakes and that we're vulnerable. The other side of this, the Cancer, can be that, you know, that's the vulnerability. But This is about playing, having fun, lightening up, which we need to lighten up, people. After this Capricorn, this Pluto, and these eclipses, and the Pluto-Saturn, holy shit. You know, this was some intense stuff has been going down with this. So that I feel like this is just a welcome. You know, welcome Leo and full moon. Please shine your light on us and let us not be so serious here and let us have a little fun. And, it is sextiling with the Juno over here, the full moon point. We've got a sextile to Juno in the sign of Libra. So again, an emphasis on relationship. In the astrology chart, 5th house is love affairs and 7th house is our long-term relationships. So if people are looking, you know, at this time of year, the Valentine's Day thing, you know, everybody gets all worked up and wants to find their love and everything. It could really happen, you know, if we take a lighthearted approach, you know, and we go and we approach it with fun and laughter, and be more concerned about having fun than how you're going to look like, how you're going to come off, how you're wounded. You know, this Venus coming in here to heal the Chiron, that could be really beneficial, especially if this is hitting in your chart somewhere. If you have something at 1 or 2 Aries, 1 or 2 degrees fire sign, 1 or 2 degrees cardinal signs, then it's going to be really aspecting your stuff. I'm trying to think if I do. Yeah, it's actually squaring my sun. But yeah, whatever it is, this could be really healing for that, you know, it could be really healing. Venus is all about love, you know, and Venus is bringing love to this situation where we may be beating ourselves up, where we may be, it could be lashing out at others, because Aries is ruled by Mars. And Mars is that aggression, outward aggression, you know. And as I said in the beginning, I think many times, most of the time when people are doing this kind of behavior, it's because of their own self-loathing, you know. Like, even look at, you know, in the past, before gay marriage and everything, these people that were the biggest, you know, homophobes, yelling about how they hate the gays and, you know, it's a sin against, you know, all this stuff, and they were just screaming and yelling about it. They turn out to be closeted gays, you know. It was their own self-hatred that they were blasting out to the world. And it's not just about gays, it's about anything. You know, it's just anything. Everything that we're blasting out to the world, it's something within us that we really, it starts there. That we believe, whether true or not true. One more thing before we wrap it up. I just noticed when I mentioned Mars, Mars is at just about on that galactic center. That could be some interesting energy. The galactic center is about 26 degrees of Sagittarius, and it's a point of downloads. It's the entryway into our universe, is what it is. And it's not it's an entryway where information, inspiration, and downloads, when things are on that point. I don't know if that's just true for me because my moon is at 26 Sag right on it, but I think it's true for a lot of people. And there's a big thing, when anything hits that point, I tend to get a lot of downloads. And I think, you know, your moon energy is a way that many people, we do get downloads through our moon, which represents our intuition and stuff. But the Mars there, I'm feeling like it could be really taking action on the downloads we get. Because I get, you know, if you guys watch me regularly, you know, I get ideas constantly. And I fill up notebooks, and now, you know, my phone has got notes all over it, and I've got, I don't know, more than a dozen notebooks of different books I want to write, or art things I want to do, or, you know, bits of I've got files and files of music, boxes of tapes of bits of music that I want to flesh out and get, you know, it just keeps coming and coming, and it's just a matter of getting to it. But the Mars there could be like being really inspired to actually get it done, to actually, you know, finish that book, finish that song, finish that invention or that idea, or, you know, whatever it might be. The Mars being there, it's like taking action, going out there and trying to promote that thing. Maybe you did write a book, but you never got around to doing the promoting. You know, maybe make a Facebook page for it, or, you know, and start promoting it, or whatever, you know. Doing something in actual action. Not, you know, taking things out of the thoughts and ideas and download phase. And Mars action, taking action in the 3D reality to make it happen, you know, make something happen. Or just any idea that you've had. This is a great time. I mean, if with the Mars, Pluto, and all the chaos that was going on, if you made some kind of New Year's thing, like, I'm going to get fit this year, or I'm going to do this, this would be a great time to, like, join in with some kind of a sports thing to get fit, you know. And you have this idea in your mind that I want to get fit, or I want to, you know, whatever you want to do, and then, you know, this would be a great time to actually start doing it. And you could have good results. And make it fun, you know, make it fun. Yeah, I don't go to the gym. I've never been to a gym in my life, you know, but what I'll do instead of walking on a treadmill, I'll go out and hike in the woods or walk in the woods, you know, and take my dog with me and enjoy nature too, you know. So that's another thing with the Sagittarius too, energy. That's like with pets or enjoying, you know, being outdoor sports with the Leo Sagittarius energy. And that is a trine. I don't know why isn't that in the aspectarian? That's definitely a trine. Anyway, so yeah, this fire energy is about action, doing, having fun, you know, playing sports. It doesn't have to be competitive sports, you know. It could be just go for a run, go for a walk, go play with your dog outside, you know. Discharge. That's a great way to discharge this energy too. If you're so stuck in your head, you know, just go outside and do something. And if the gym is your thing, I'm not knocking it. It's not something that I don't enjoy doing. But if, you know, go to the gym if that's something that you enjoy. I'm not saying that that's wrong in any way, you know. Hell, if you're looking for relationships, you could find yours is all sextiling the Juno in Libra, partnerships, 7th house partnerships. Juno is the goddess of love. You could meet somebody, maybe, if you're single and looking. You know, get out there and go on the hiking trails or whatever it might be, you know. I like going on the hiking trails in the winter, too, because, number one, there's nobody else around. It's so quiet. And the snow, and especially if there's some snow, you know, and it's not necessarily, usually the trails are clear, but if it's like snow, woods and snow on either side, so peaceful. There's something really peaceful and beautiful about snow. That's one of the things that I do like about living up north. But anyways, back to this chart. So this is it. It's the full moon Leo. Find your childlike vibration. Have fun. Drop the judgmentalness. Live in the moment. If you made a faux pas, you don't beat yourself up. Just get back out there and start, you know, go play some more. You know, get out there and play and have fun. Lighten up, heal, cut yourself some slack over here. Do your inner child work. This could very much be some inner child work stuff too, you know. Go back and try to heal those inner child wounds. Don't take yourself so seriously. Learn how to take a joke. Learn how to laugh it off, you know. Okay, so this is the reading. I'm going to get it uploaded. I want to thank everybody. I want to let you know that if there's, I'm posting this on the 29th. So as of the 29th, if you still haven't got that year ahead reading, it's been crazy with the year ahead readings this time around. You got 2 more days or so to get the reading, and then it's coming down. And then I will be offering the Aries Ingress reading. So if you're more of an astrology person, I do the Aries Ingress. If you've never ordered it, a lot of people order the Ingress readings regularly. But if you're new, it's just your natal chart and then the ingress around it. And that's like a snapshot of the ingress time. It's like a snapshot. All the planets are taken into account. And it's you know, it's a good, that's, before I started doing YouTube, I never ran a new or full moon chart, but I always ran that ingress chart. Because it is a real good way to look at the upcoming season. What's going on at the time of the ingress, as relates to your chart, is the energy that's going to carry through to the next season, to the June solstice. Okay, so that'll be available in a few days if you're watching this on the first day. But in February, that's going to be available. If you are watching it on the first day and you still haven't got your year ahead, you got a couple more days, and then I will not be offering it anymore. It's absolutely going to be closed down until next year. Okay, everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting me and my channel. To all the people who have been supporting me for years, thank you so much. And for the new people also, welcome. I'm glad that we found each other, and I hope to see you again. This is Vickie Verlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. Please do check out my website for all sorts of things. I have many readings that I offer, different types of readings. I also have art, which in the form of, on the art section, in the form of t-shirts, and I do several forms of customized astrology art too, if you're into that. I do a custom glyph, which is a really cool graphic image made from your sun, rising, and moon planets. And then I have there's another one where I use constellations, and I use imagery, like there's animals and planets, and it's really cool too. It's it's a custom art based on your chart. And then you can find the link to t-shirts and other stuff that I sell also on from Amazon. So by supporting me and supporting this channel, you keep things going year after year. I want to thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting. If you want to hit subscribe, you can catch that little heart down there. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great new moon, a full moon. I was going to say great month of February because I just finished this. But yeah, I have a great month of February as well. But have a great full moon in Leo and go out and have some fun. Until next time.